Hello to all you, Scott Picken, CEO and founder of WealthE Migrate, and yes, I'm back at the Neisner Heads. Obviously this is where I'm getting some great questions on hashtag Ask Scott Anything. Keep them coming, I love sharing. So the question I got today was pension funds, and what's the difference between pension funds and real estate investing? So this is an interesting one, and I have a huge amount of energy around this. So if you do or don't know my story, my father went to school, he worked very hard, he went to university, he basically became a chartered accountant, which is one of the best degrees you can get in the world. He finally became financial director of a listed company. Rainbow Chicken's one of the biggest companies in Africa. And in 1995 he retired, and he did exactly that. All his life he had invested in his pension, and he had trusted the financial industry and gave all his money to the financial industry. And in 2005, 10 years later, he unfortunately passed away. And I was in London, I got a telephone call from my mother, I came home, and next to his bed I found a bank slip for 50 Rand, or less than $5, and he'd been denied by the bank. Unfortunately, he died broke. And so do I have a huge amount of energy around this? Yes, I do. Because if you read my book, Property Going Global, and just go there, it's free, propertygoingglobal.com, you'll read the story. And I showed my mother that if in 1995, her and my dad had bought 4 houses with his pension, and at a 40% loan to value, and you probably don't know what I'm talking about, but for today I don't have enough time for that, but it's very low risk. So you only borrow 40% from the bank. 10 years later, my mother would have had a phenomenal amount of equity in the property, and she would have had a passive income. 20 years later, as in 2015, those houses would be paid off. She would own everything, just 4 houses. She would own all 4 assets free and clear, and she'd be earning over 2 million Rand per year passive income, which anyone can live off. And so, for me, the last thing I'd say to you is that in the Western world, in England, Australia, and America, statistically, 99% of people are going to fail. So when they turn 65, only 1% of people are going to retire wealthy. 99% of people are going to fail. So if you can, Einstein's principle of insanity is keep doing what you've always done and expect different results. Why investing in pensions or the financial industry is going to get you any different results from what it's done for the last century? I can't understand. Like the facts are black and white. The results are black and white. And the reason is fees. There's too many middlemen, there's too many fees. Think of it like an old school taxi. Before Uber turned up, was all the middlemen, all the telephone calls, all the frustration and the hassle. That's what a pension is. That's what the financial industry is. And technology now enables you to cut out the middleman, and it enables you to dramatically reduce your fees. Every single percent. So 1% equals 10 years of your retirement savings. 1% equals 10 years of retirement savings. So it's in your interest to make sure that your fees are very low. And the financial industry and pensions don't even show you your fees. They don't, because you'd be disgusted if you actually knew what was going on. And that is why you're not educated at school in finances, you're not educated at university in finances, you're not educated by the government in finances, because it's wonderful to keep you in the middle class when you're ignorant and you pay your taxes and you invest in the financial system and you make the shareholders wealthy. So I know that's a very direct comment. Go read my book, Property Going Global, you'll understand where I come from. That's my opinion. Real estate has stood the test of time. There's a reason that there's sayings that he who owns the land is king. There's a reason that 49% of the world's wealth is held in real estate. There's a reason that real estate has been the place where people have both created and preserved wealth for centuries. And that's not the case in pensions. And unfortunately, 99% of people failing is testament to that. So that's me, that's my Wealth Insight coming live here from Neisner. If you enjoyed it, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We really want to, my purpose on the planet is to solve the wealth gap, and we want to empower 1 billion people. And so I really request, share this with your friends. Let's go out and empower people. And if you've got any more questions, hashtag Ask Scott Anything. And let's start sharing the knowledge. Let's empower people. Let's help you make the right decisions for you and your family so that you can create the wealth that you want. And please help me share it with others so they too can create the wealth that they want in their life. That's me signing out from Neisner. See you next week. Cheers.